I'm Coach Justus, and I'm excited to share a key principle for spiritual growth that will help you win today. When I was a kid, I wasn't always great about picking up after myself. I think we can all relate to that in one way or another. Of course, when we're young and we're little, no one expects us to be good at that because that's a skill that we're taught as we grow. When I was in high school, while I was certainly much better at keeping myself organized, there was still one thing that I would still leave in all corners of the house, and that was my shoes. I remember my mom would have to remind me a few times a week to go throughout the house and collect each pair of shoes I had left in various rooms. One pair by the couch, another in the hallway, at least two pairs by the door. You get the idea. When we're a toddler, expectations for our abilities to keep things organized are low because we're still learning and growing. But as we get older and mature, expectations change and we're set to higher standards. The same is true in our walk with Christ. As followers of Jesus, we are called to live different lives now that Jesus has set us free. Every day we get an opportunity to grow spiritually and walk alongside with Christ. The Apostle Paul puts it this way in the book of Colossians. Colossians chapter 3 verse 10 says, "Put on your new nature and be renewed as you learn to know your Creator and become like Him." As followers of Jesus, we get to put on a new nature and become more like Christ every day. Now, putting on a new nature implies that there's an old nature, an old way that we used to live that we need to cast aside. In order to be able to put on a new nature, we have to first remove our old nature, our bitterness, selfishness, desires, and pride. As we work to cast aside our old nature, Paul continues in verses 12 through 14 and reminds us of how we can put on our new nature as we remove our old nature. "Since God chose you to be the holy people He loves, you must clothe yourselves with tender-hearted mercy, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Make allowance for each other's faults and forgive anyone who offends you. Remember, the Lord forgave you, so you must forgive others. Above all, clothe yourselves with love, which binds us all together in perfect harmony." Now, if you're anything like me, long lists like this can be intimidating. How am I supposed to master all of these things? But look at that list again. Mercy, kindness, humility, gentleness, patience, forgiveness, and love. All of these attributes are relational. What Paul is asking of us in this text isn't to perfectly master every aspect of what it means to be a follower of Jesus, because the truth is, we're all human and we can't be perfect. What Paul is saying is that every day, in every interaction we have with others, because of the love we have received from Christ, we can put on our new nature, and we can choose to love others in the way that Jesus loved others by focusing on having mercy, acting kindly, choosing humility, being gentle, living patiently, showing forgiveness, and loving widely. So here's your spiritual fitness challenge for today. As you interact with others, especially when things get difficult, think about the new spiritual clothing God has given you through the death and resurrection of Jesus. Put on that new clothing and show kindness and mercy to others rather than acting out of bitterness. Now go and win today.